me just go and set up my computer. Okay. Thread that up while that's loading. Okay, good evening everyone. Happy Wednesday, B o'clock. Done quite well on this week. I have made a milestone. Hope you have that bell ready. I've got to 50%. So good evening to South Stitching, Andrea, Susan, Amy, Charlotte, Anna Karen, Sharon, Jane. So just sign out this thread. Good evening to you all. And I have a message on Facebook as well, so I'm just going to whiz over for that. Hope you're all well. Sorry I wasn't able to stream on Sunday, but we're here, we're back, and we are busy stitching away for a Wednesday. Okay. Let's see. Catherine says hi to all. Hope all is well. And she's coming in from Facebook. Sew and Tell thread is open as well. So if you haven't popped anything on there, please do go ahead and do so. Hey, Viv. Okay. Anyway, how are we all doing? Are we all okay? Did we have a nice bank holiday? Yes, Susan, it certainly is. At the minute, I am trying to do, just to get this finished, I have to do nearly 1,300 stitches a day between now and the end of May. So it is a big mountain to climb. It's a bigger mountain than I thought. So it'll probably only be the one finish this month. But B is at 51.66% as it stands. So, you know, I think, you know, when we sort of are going, we've climbed the hill up to 50%. And I think when you go down the other side, it gets easier, doesn't it? Hey, Nell. Yep, I'm sure I can do it, Jane. I will endeavour to. This morning I was up earlier than I have been lately. And by 9 o'clock I'd done nearly 600 stitches by the time I went to work. I am just at 950 at the minute. So, no, that's wrong. That doesn't need to be there. That stitch does not need to be there. Okay. So yeah, Hannah is in. We took her to doctors on Monday. Well, Andy took her to doctors, should I say. I very often use the royal we. She's got a chest infection, bless her. No, that's still wrong. She's got a chest infection, so she's on antibiotics for the next week. So yeah, she's in and she's coughing away, bless her heart. What else did we do? Monday, I spent some time at Victoria's Flats because she wanted to help do some organisation. So we went ahead and did that. And then I was back in at work yesterday. Viv's been stitching with a Baltic needle for her 25 count piece. What a difference. Yes, indeed. Love, love, love my Baltic needles. I broke one this week. But no, I wouldn't be without these now. I love them. It does make a difference, you know, especially when you're stitching on Ada, because the chances of splitting the block are greatly reduced. Anyway, it's been sunny outside today, but it's still been cold. Hannah, of course, is feeling the cold at the minute because she's not well. I'm feeling the cold as well. Hey, Cheryl. So, yeah, she's feeling the cold. I'm feeling the cold. I just don't like the size of the eye of the needle. No, they are small, but once you get used to them, you know, you're absolutely fine. I also have, because you know how some days you can't thread a needle to save your life. I also have this that Michelle, oh my gosh, oh. I'm just rattling through my box of tricks. Michelle Stitch Mania Stash has these things with a real tiny needle threader hook on the end. And for ball tip needles for the eye, these are perfect. So Stitch Mania Stash, but these are just amazing little needle threaders. Hello, the other Cheryl. Got both of your Cheryls in tonight. I also have my little Smart Fox one as well. So I actually have more than one needle threader. This one is also quite good for the ball tip needles. Oh, come on. So this one is a Smart Fox one. As you can see, it is a similar, it's just slightly bigger. But then you've got the much bigger hook. So with these two needle threaders, any needle that I want to thread is covered. So yeah. Hey Raju Kanji. Afraid it does come up with handles rather than names on here. Oh, need that threader, thank you. Oh no, where is Jane? Michelle at Stitch Mania Stash for the little plastic one. I'm not sure where the Smart Fox ones are from because that was kindly gifted to me. But oh, made a huge difference. Love Baltic Needle says, Andrew, you need to buy more, as all but one of mine have had the balls pop off. I think I'm just too rough. Do you know, I've not had a ball pop off, but I'm quite tough with needles and mine tend to break in the middle of the needle. I've had that a few times. Hey, Donnie. So yeah, anyway, as I said, Sew and Tell thread is open, but other than that, what are you guys working on? Do let me know, and I'll be around your milestone to share. The Clover needle threader also works for Baltic needles. I got mine from Amazon. There you go. So Cheryl is working on her big Disney stamped cross stitch. Awesome stuff. It's in the wrong place. There we go. That's better. Charlotte is doing some diamond painting. Awesome. Nice change for you, Charlotte. Kelly, hey Kelly. No Sew and Tell for Kelly this week. She's navigating class this week and wants to make sure that she knows what she's doing. No worries at all, Kelly, but glad to have you with us, and I wish you all the very best of luck, and I hope it all goes well. And Viv is back working on Ineffable Husbands. Fantastic. What's that one? Oh, little ninja. trying to get these ninjas done as well as I go. I don't want to end up with a load of ninja stitches at the end. Amy, oh, hang on, wait a minute. Dawn is working on Haid Sal, Glistening Wings. Amy working on Tilton Crafts, Sam and Dean, pushing for 15% milestone. Brilliant. Sue is switching between Grumpy Cat and Estelle. Thanks, Nicola. I'm enjoying it so far. Have to get a few ducks in a row before getting back to stitching or sewing. Yep. And Sharon is a dedication here, guys. Is currently away with hubby on a fishing trip, staying in a small shepherd hut, trying to stitch on Keeping Warm by Nikki Stitch. Brilliant. That is dedication, though. You're still tuning into a live stream when you're away on a break. Hey, we've got a birthday for Cheryl coming up on Friday, so you know what's coming now, don't you, Cheryl? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cheryl. Happy birthday to you for Friday. I hope you have a lovely day. The other Cheryl is working on a kit for her sister-in-law. Her sister. The last paper pattern, and I think kit was from 1996 or so. I kind of feel like the DMC thread back then that's in the kit is thicker than what we have now. Probably was. I think they are producing a lot more thread now, so I would imagine that the manufacturing process has changed through the years. As long as we can still have a real nice palette of threads and get what we need to do done. Okay, mine was last Sunday. Oh, yes, of course it was, Sue. Are you ready? I hope you're ready. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday for last Sunday to Sue. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Happy birthday, Sue. We have a birthday in the house here next week. It's Toria's birthday on Tuesday. And on Saturday, we are celebrating on Saturday. And she has requested an afternoon tea. Last time we had an afternoon tea, it was at the King's coronation, which incidentally was 3 years ago today. So we're going to repeat the experience. It's your daughter's birthday on Tuesday as well. Oh, fantastic, Dawn. Wish you a happy birthday from us. Yeah, so Toria will turn 22. Oh, look at that. I'll be in my way through doing the stitching tonight. Yeah, she'll turn 22. Fabulous, fabulous. Yeah, so she's requested an afternoon tea, so that is my job on Saturday, to procure and make an afternoon tea. Thanks so much, lovely singing. No, it's rubbish, my singing. I hope you appreciate the sentiment and the good wishes. What time is tea? It is, I think I'm doing it for about 4 o'clock on Saturday, and we will be having triangle sandwiches because those are her favourite. Probably with ham and cheese and tuna. We will have some sausage rolls and maybe some pork pie. We will have cake and we'll have scones with jam and cream. We will be celebrating her second. Oh, little cutie. Lovely at that age. They do get bigger though, sadly. Like ours, bigger and gobbier. Bless her heart too. Love it. Whose birthday is this all of this month? Happy birthday. So therefore from Raju Kani, so happy birthday to Raju Kanji, apologies. Happy birthday to everybody. Awesome. Love a birthday. No, it was it's Victoria's birthday. Lauren's was last month. But she's busy on, well, she doesn't want to interrupt the Sunday dinner, and she's busy anyway, because we normally have family get-togethers on the Sunday. And on Tuesday, on her actual birthday, she's also busy all day, so she's not going to actually be around. Hence is doing it on a Saturday. And then on the Saturday, we can do it with the minimum of fuss. And, you know, it's a day that I'm not pushed with work. She's not pushed with work or any other commitment. We're not elbowing out granddad or, you know, whatever. It's you know, it works for us, if that makes sense. Hey Liz, throwing in my hat first, has been AWOL. Oh, we've missed you. How you doing? Are you all right? Up and down. Oh, bless you. Well, I'm glad to see that you're here. Certainly didn't forget about you. So, yeah. So, yeah, we'll be doing show and tell in about 25 minutes. So, if you've not put anything on the thread, this is your time to do so. Pop it on. Hey, Maria. Yes, long time. Nice stitching. Thank you, Maria. This is my bee, my Gecko Rouge one. And Jane also says happy birthday to all. I love birthdays. I hate my own, but I love birthdays. I love spoiling people on birthdays.
What's wrong with your birthday?
It just reminds me I'm getting older, love.
Doesn't everybody get older on the birthday?
Yeah, but I don't like it. I should be going backwards. I always said that when I hit 40, I'd start counting backwards. So I'm actually 29. 29, I was about to give birth to Victoria. Literally. Her due date was the 8th of May, and she held on for another 4 days.
Likes to lie in, that kid.
She still likes to lie in now.
That's what I mean.
Hey, South Stitching turned 49 yesterday. Are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear South Stitching, for yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Sue went to see The Devil Wears Prada yesterday. It's amazing. Yes, I want to go and see it. I don't know when I'll get, though. On the system that Jane uses, she's 15. Brilliant. Send me that system, Jane. I'll use it too. Lots of birthdays, says Viv. Yes, indeed. Seems to be the month for it and with a week for it as well this week. I think you all just come on so I sing happy birthday to you, that's all. Thank you. Oh, no problem. Love it, love it. No Patsy tonight. I wonder if there's a baby in the works. There's no daughter's expecting, isn't she? Is it a daughter or daughter-in-law? One or the other is expecting fairly imminently. You add the two numbers together and you can keep adding the two numbers together until you get a single digit. So 15 makes 6. Oh, well, in that case, I'm 6 too. Because 51, 5 and a 1. Trying to think what I was doing at age 6. I think we just moved house when I was 6. $1981. What a year. Oh, hey, summon Patsy. Hello. I was just saying about you, Patsy. I wondered whether we'd got a baby on the way, because it's coming around to that time. Thank you, Maria. Yes, I'm hoping to get this finished this month. No baby yet. It's your daughter, right? Thank you, Pat. So I couldn't remember whether you said daughter or daughter-in-law, and I'm really sorry. Have you got some stitching out, Patsy? What you're working on? And anybody that's not said what they're working on, do share. I like to hear, know what you're sharing on. We can enable people through that too, because we're naughty.
No, you don't.
Oh yes.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah.
No,
Hey, you like it when I'm naughty? Hush.
Different context.
Oh, okay. Oh, she was due on the 4th. Hey, she might have held on till next Tuesday and twin with Tori then.
Dear God, no. One Tory is enough.
Still going on Heart of Gold. Oh, awesome. I was saying earlier, I reached my milestone on this for those who've joined in after. I reached the 50% milestone on this morning, I think it was. Yeah, this morning. Or was it last night? One or other. Anyway, I reached a 50% milestone. I think it was last night. Days are a bit of a blur. Currently crocheting a baby blanket, says Jane. Need to get it done. Brilliant. I think she'll go out of her mind by then. Ooh, yeah. Well, Lauren hung on for 13 days. She was due on I think it was 13 days. She was due on the 23rd of May. No, 23rd of March. And she was born on the 4th of April. It's 12 days, isn't it?
Mm.
Victoria hung on. Well, her due date was the 8th and she was born on the 12th. But Hannah was a due date baby. Rarest of, well, I say rarest, it's an unusual thing, isn't it? It's not often that babies are born on the due date.
Well, Hannah likes a lion as well now.
Actually, Hannah's fairly disciplined. If she has to get up, she'll get up. Anna Karen is working on Mini White Magnolia by Marianne Broom. I so want to be able to move the Q-snap. Have you seen those Nerd Q-snaps that Sarah's selling at Pain Free Crafts? The clamps, instead of being white, they're different colours. Liz, after a false start on new pattern, last week I'm sitting on Ugly Birds at the moment, picketing show and tell. Thank you. working on Welcome to the Underworld by Puck's Closet for Nell Magic. And Viv is using one, just got it and absolutely loves it. Brilliant. I see, I can't handle those Q-snap or Q-snap style frames because they're too thick for me, too bulky. The Nerd standard oblong frames do me just fine. Okay. Right. Did the gas man get in? Yes, he did. And then promptly left. The consumer board needs fixing to the wall. It's nothing that she did. Well remembered though, Sharon. Yeah, it needs a minor repair in there before he can fit the meter, so she's at the mercy of her landlord now. So Sharon's asking Viv, is it better than a Q-snap? Yeah, I didn't really use Q-snaps, only the knockoff ones, which were rubbish. Yeah, you see, I actually had an actual Q-snap frame and I hated it. Gave it away. It's nice and peaceful up here this evening. It was very noisy this morning when I was doing my stitch with me. And then it was also, me and Andy were about to take a walk up the shop at dinner time. It was very noisy then. There's somebody shouting. It turns out they were chasing a dog. I was clearing my mum's house and found she had an original set of Q-snaps she bought in Berea, Kentucky in 1988 or so. That was when they were first made. Viv says she's not had to tighten it in 5 days, which is great. It has the corners that stick out just like pipe fittings. Oh, vintage then. I think I'm fairly happy now with my stitching setup. My Lowry, my Nerd frames, my magnifier. I'm all good. As I say, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd still eventually like to have one of those painting fairy jobs, but I don't have the space for it in this house. I literally have very little space, so... But I make the best of the space that I have. Maybe when I get my retirement home by the sea. If I get my retirement home by the sea. $56. Okay. Use a corner clamp or a side clamp. Use my corner clamp at the top left corner, but I think most people use bottom left. I use a side clamp, and I actually have mine turned upside down. So the actual turn part is underneath. Let me just... So you can see here. So there's the side clamp. My turn part's underneath, because otherwise when I'm stitching, if I'm at this side, I'm just knocking the clamp. So I turned it underneath. Not sure how good painting fairy stands are. A lot of being sold on. Yes, I've seen that a few have been sold on, which is why one of the reasons why I've held out on getting one, because let's see what the next generation of them brings. Are they going to bring a more lightweight one? Because I think the biggest gripe that people have is the weight of them. But to be fair, if it was like at the floor stand and it was standalone in a place, then that shouldn't be an issue. But the frames themselves, you know, I think they perhaps need to look at how to make them slightly less heavy, because, you know, I've seen them in person and they are quite chunky. I'm frozen. I think I'm going to have to put my heating on for the first time in about 2 weeks. I've had mine off for a month because I'm tight. I've got a shawl over my knees. I remember Nicholas, says Maria. My Larry corner clamp position, same as yours, holding Q snap top right corner. I do same, mine's underneath, hit my hand and swore a few times, turned it over, now it's great. Yep. It's funny, if the clamp's on the top, I can't work out which one's to tighten and which one's to loosen. So the clamp now has to be on the bottom, regardless. So I discovered it, you know, I just thought about it when I first got this Lowry, and I was doing exactly the same, knocking my hand and swearing like Mary L. I was like, there's got to be a way. And then I just realised, oh my God, this thing turns upside down. I'm chittering. I'll try some fluffy jammies and my floor length hoodie first. Yep. Has anybody got the Lowry tablet holder? Because that's my next thing that I'll be looking at. Sorry not being on your live issues with health problems, but I'm okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Clockwise loosen, anti-clockwise tighten. Yep, but my brain won't have it if it's the right way now. Isn't it funny how we adapt? I didn't know they did one of those. Yes, it's a new one. Or fairly new one. Mum has a tablet holder, says Dawn, but not used it yet. Oh, just let me know when she does, because I'm thinking about getting one. Because with my long arm it'll work. It won't work with my short arm, but with my long arm it would. And I have my tablet on a music stand, and it, in all honesty, it gets in a flipping way. It gets knocked over. But, you know, if I had a tablet stand, I think it'd be much better. Oh, dear, just reminded me, the tablet holder pension day on Monday. Yes, but I haven't used it, says Sharon as my Larry's out on loan. Okie dokie. And Dawn says, will do. Thank you, Dawn. I hope that my comedy partner is doing well.
Who?
Who?
Mm.
Who?
Yeah.
My Stitchy Retreat friend. Our Lynn. A lot of people using my Essex Retreat. I often put my paper pattern music on. Yep, and that's what I've done with mine. Mine are more sort of stored on there at the minute because I tend to clip my paper pattern closer to my work when I'm working on them. But yeah, the music stand itself is getting in the way. And I'm pretty sure Andy will agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm considering a tablet holder. Just up a small vein in left side might collapse, but okay. Oh, yeah, you try and stay well, Maria. Hi, Nicola, and everyone says Gail. Hey, Gail. And Donna says she's good, busy on her giraffe. Awesome. Oops, right. Need to figure out the best way to view paper patterns. Yeah, I tend to now sort of fold and clip them to my frame, the work, wherever work I'm doing, because it's the only way really that I figured out to do. It's a little tight where I stitch this with. Yeah. You're a lovely group of people. Ah, thank you, Maria. We do try. We're a nice bunch in here. But yeah, if your health is very important, so it's important to stay well. You must look after yourself. I fold it and hold it in place with a needle minder or two. Yep, I put mine on Pattern Keeper. It doesn't give symbols and colours for most, but can still mark off and count stitches. Yeah, I've not done that paper import thing, but I don't think I'm missing much. It's fine. Working with pattern gets the brain, paper pattern gets my grey matter going. Okay, working copy of the paper pattern onto A4 sheets so I can fold as needed. Yep. That's the other thing, isn't it? Working copy. But, you know, if you're tight for space, that can create, it's you know, can give a whole new set of challenges. I mean, I don't have a lot of space here. Make the best of what I've got. But the stitching of mine in every room in the house, apart from the bathroom, and even in the bathroom, you'll find bits of thread. Okay. If a paper pattern, always use photocopy of pattern, never the original. Yep. Mine have been patterns that I can't import into Pattern Keeper, so I've just been able to print the PDF. So, you know, they're not like glossy paper, you know, high quality, thick paper patterns type of thing. They're all just on standard copy of paper. Been photographing paper pattern so I can blow it up and marking off stitches on edit mode. Yeah. Yeah. It's working so far. Yeah, that would work as well. Pattern Keeper spoiled us all. I'll be totally lost without mine, says Patsy. Yep. I think Pattern Keeper for a lot of us is one of the most valuable things that we own. Without it, we'd be in stuck, wouldn't we? Why does Pattern Keeper ask you to pay again when I already bought it? I think it's now on a yearly subscription. It used to be a one-off, but it's now on a yearly subscription. But if you think that you've been charged incorrectly, Maria, there is a Pattern Keeper Facebook group. You could ask in there. Definitely my tablet is gold, says Patsy, and Dawn says Grid Fabric is a game changer too. Yes, indeed. When I started Avarice all those years ago, back in 2010, something like that, 2011 maybe, there wasn't very much choice at all for fabrics, which is why it's ended up on Lugana. And you know, I shall just make sure that I use the same fabric for the other ladies. Yeah, now there's a huge, vast array of stitching fabrics, and you know, go to a retreat and you'll find a whole lot more. Andrew says I save paper patterns as PDFs and then read them and mark them off with Adobe PDF Reader. Thank you, Andrea. Another good way of doing it. I have a very old Mirabilia pattern, says Liz, and you wouldn't believe how many photocopy pages copies in various enlargement sizes it has, I would. I can remember starting, I don't even know where it is, but I know it's in this house somewhere, a dimensions kit of the Titanic. And it all came on one big piece of paper, the pattern. And I took it to Staples office shop to have them photocopy it. And oh my God. And I said to him, what I need is to make sure that I capture all of this pattern on a on individual sheets of paper rather than on this big huge piece of paper. And she basically ended up doing me copies and then having them laid out on the floor, matching up the bits of pattern. I think it took about, well, getting on for an hour, I think, to copy it all. I must admit I've missed so and tell, says Patsy. It's coming up in a sec. Someone had the same problem, Maria. There's the post in the Facebook group for Pattern Keeper with a fix. It is still a one-off fee. I beg your pardon. Markup is yearly, so it will still be free. So just find the Pattern Keeper Facebook group, Maria. And in there should be a fix for it. It'll tell you what to do. Right, my love, can we have a jangle?
Hang on.
Okay. We're going to have some show and tell. And see what you guys have been working on.
I'll find it.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in a rush now.
Well, I don't know why. You know it's coming up. Same time every live. Can't keep it doing same thing. Yeah, I've gone along to the group, Maria, and they'll get it sorted for you, I'm sure.
Off.
Okay. Oh, goodness, my bees nearly fell over. Don't fall over, Mr. Bee. Okay, let's have a look and see what's in Sew and Tell tonight. I wonder if I've done that line of stitches. I don't think I have. No. Okay. I've got my shawl over my knees because I'm cold. Sharon's not added anything. No worries, Sharon. You add something when you're ready. What are you doing, Angel? Oh, it's terrible. Cat's tired. Oh, okay. I do believe that there was another message. Just bear with me 2 ticks. Oh, Andy has been in the news in Yorkshire Live. And what was the other one? Yahoo News.
It was on MSN. It was on the Yorkshire Post as well. Yeah.
So Andy's Village Idiot stuff has been reaching new audiences. Okay, so I'm going to have a whiz down the group because I've not looked at it with not being around on Sunday. So 17th of April, that was Amy working on her project, her lunchtime project. Just waiting for some loading. Happy birthday to Victoria. When it comes to my number 2 Grand Wayne, turns 20 on the 12th. Catherine's also working on Battle. Sailor's retirement will be here before you know it, not unless she extends. Just over 2 years to go. Awesome. Okay. Come on. I wish this had a load. Flaming thing. I tell you what, do you know what? We're going to do it by this. We're going to do it by the media. Okay. Darcy has completed 2,500 stitches on her Realm of Middle-earth map. And because I'm an idiot, oh no, she's got the orientation wrong on the fabric. Oh my goodness. And a couple of comments. It is better to find out now than later. But what you've done there does look fantastic, Darcy, I have to say.
Does that mean it's a complete restart?
It means a restart, yeah. Okay.
It wasn't me trying to be.
No, that's fine. Current project for Alice. It's Bone Shaker Bicycle. And Alice is, it looks like an Edwardian lady, Victorian or Edwardian lady. And Alice is probably more than halfway through the stitches on there. Looks good. Okay. Carol, current project is Winter Morning. It's needle poise, probably designed by Rose Swalwell from Derwent Water Designs. She's got loads of these and does love them. Now, if I just zoom in a little bit on the stitching there, you can see it looks very textured. You can even see that in the photograph. It does look textured. So, and there we go. That is the mock-up for it. That looks fantastic, Carol. Okay. Oh, Liz has had a lovely delivery of 18 count Ada. Gridded Ada, Spanish supplier and no stamp duty. Thumbs up. This is Dahlia's work. And I do believe it is a finish.
Oh, bell.
A stamped kit of some beautiful roses. Just finished. Happy, lovely years with you, my lonely, and one in our anniversary. How did you find it? So, yeah, it's a stamped kit. It looks fabulous.
Remind me, what's a stamp kit?
Stamped kits have like, they have a stamp of a design on them. And that is the key. It's a bit like diamond painting, but for cross stitch. But once you've finished the cross stitch, it washes out.
Yeah, got you.
Alice is looking for sewing machine suggestions in the group. So if you have any suggestions, any ideas. Rachel Ireston. Chiro Marchetti, Oracle of Visions Party, Max Colour, super size, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. Very, very close to a finish on this one. 21,000 stitches left out of 887,112, or 97.73%. I think that deserves a bell. Ignore the fluffy back, that's padding for when it's framed. 6 years so far, but we'll be monogamously stitched on this for the last 6 months. That is amazing. So Rachel's also shared the mock-up. So there we go. What we got in there: jester, ballerinas, theatrical imagery. Fabulous. Okay. Kay has a finish. First finish of 2026. This is Fisherman's Friends, a long dog sampler. She worked this on some 18 count white, antique white Ada using CXC 1/1 full cross. And she started this one on the 18th of June of 2025 and finished it on the 2nd of May. So congratulations, Kay. It's an awesome finish. Love it, love it, love it. Also, just to keep the finish train coming, Gia has finished Mother's Love by Letty Stitch. So this is absolutely stunning and it's taken no time at all. So Gia's done a fantastic job on this.
Is there only a little one?
Yeah, but look how sweet it is. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely, isn't it? I love that.
Everybody who joins Simply a Stitcher is a lovely stitcher. You're all talented. I keep telling you this.
Yes, Kay did do a live, didn't she? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to join. And Catherine has also shared on a second her 130 days of progress, 100 rows completed on Supersize Animal Totem Max Colour, 104,300 out of 713,286 stitches, or 14.62%. So I think they can have a bell for 100 rows complete. And she's been working this on 25 count Lugana, 1/1 full cross, and that is what 100 rows of stitching looks like. So that is fabulous. And Catherine has switched out for battle now, but here is the mock-up of the animal totem that she's doing. So these are just group posts, and I still have to do the live stream thread yet. You know why I cross stitch, says Sharon, but if I clean the house, do the laundry, or wash the dishes, it just gets dirty again. But if I stitch something, it stays done. Love that. Yep. Pinch from another site, she says, but very true.
Yeah.
And Michelle is going to be having a new start. After 8 months of monochrome stitching, she's going to do a new start with 50 shades of brown. Look at them. And how organized is this thread? So new start bell, please. And this is Tigers in the Snow, charted by Sunflower Stitches, 106,400. Okay, right. I think we are there with group. So I'm going to scroll back up now to the stream thread. If all the posts hadn't disappeared. And let's see what we have.
What do you get?
Okay, this is a bit of a tongue twister. This is Charlotte's piece, the Quick Quaker Style from Modern Folk Embroidery. It is also her piece for Stitch Mania. That is beautiful, Charlotte. Awesome stuff. I spy with my little eye. In the background, your symphony. And here is the mock-up. I've seen this one done. One of my friends, I think, has done this one recently. I don't know if it's my friend Shirley. Now she is here. And she's hopeful for a finish tomorrow. Getting ever closer, Charlotte. So, yeah, fantastic. She is at 4,207 out of 4,380 stitches, on 96.05%. I think that deserves a bell.
Okay.
Amy has had a really good stitching week. She's managed 3 milestones on 3 different pieces.
Blimey, 3 bells then?
Yep.
Okay.
So the first, 20,000 stitches on Dragon Collage, retired. Artwork by Anne Stokes, charted by Thread Geeks. It now stands at 20,035 stitches out of 270,864. And it is at 7.4% complete, 1/1 full cross on 28 count. On a second piece, she's got 15,000 stitches. Oh yes, Rosemary did it as well. Yes. 15,000 stitches on It Can't Rain All the Time, Retired, charted by Tilton Crafts. 15,713 out of 127,200, or 12.35%. 2 over 1/10 stitch, 28 count. And then her third milestone piece, she got 15,000 stitches in now on Samandine, which is Retired by Tilton Crafts.
Ooh.
And she's currently stitching on it 16,296 out of 113,850 stitches. And she is at 14.31%, 1 over 1 full crosses and 28 count. So here we have some pieces coming up from Amy. So this, I believe, is an Anne Stokes piece, a dragon collage. I could be wrong. Okay, yes. So there is a dragon collage mock-up. I do believe I've seen this one done on its own. Could be wrong. And then this one is the second piece that she said that the name's gone already. Oh dear. Second piece, It Can't Rain All the Time. And here's the mock-up. Looks remarkably like Brandon Lee.
Ooh.
Brandon Lee in The Crow. And he's looking at me blank. I'll educate you later, dear. And then this is her Sam and Dean. You can see some facial features coming in there. He was Bruce Lee's son.
I wouldn't know that.
And there is the mock-up for Sam and Dean. So, yeah, awesome. Lots of lovely milestones there for Amy. Sue is working on her Grumpy Cat monochrome stitch art, moving the hoop again. 12,620 out of 34,093, or 37.02%. Now to try and find his other ear. You can do it, Sue.
When you're being cute.
Go find that pretty cat's ear. Yes, it's a Crow-inspired piece, one of my favourite movies. Yeah, awesome.
No point asking me about things like that.
No, Andy doesn't do movies. Doesn't really do television. He watched the snooker this weekend, and that was quite something. And there's the mock-up for the Grumpy Coffee Cat. I love it. I love this because this is just so me in the morning. Don't talk to me. I just want to stitch in the morning. I had a Zoom call with my boss early on this morning, and she said, "Are you all right?" I went, "No." She went, "Why not?" I went, "I just want to stitch." She went, "Well, you can't, you're working." Viv has had a good stitching week, managed nearly 1% on her biggest project, The Ineffable Husbands. My 2 legs make 1 cross on Etsy, currently at 12,373 out of 383,850, or 3.23%. We're going to have a bell for that.
Are we?
Yeah.
You may have a bell.
It's a massive piece, and she's gone another % up. Doing this one extreme cross country as it makes sense. The 2 highest colours would make a good basis for, for everything else. Looks fabulous. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing that one unfold. And here is the mock-up. So I can see exactly what you mean there, Viv. That yes, there would be lots of big sections of colour that then can map for the smaller ones. Excuse me. Okay, Cheryl is working on her big Disney stamped kit. So fantastic. And if we zoom in there, you can see it's got lots of Disney characters and scenes. And Cheryl is working away on these middle panels. So, yeah, all good, Cheryl. And here is Charlotte's diamond painting. Look at them. Are they ducks or are they penguins? I'm not quite sure. Might be ducks. I think they're ducks.
Get your ducks in a row.
Indeed. I need to, don't I? Andrea is very close to having her Hawaiian sunset done. And she's at 20,261 stitches out of 21,153 or 95.78%. Looking fabulous, Andrea. Not far. Go, Andrea. Go, Andrea. And there is the mock-up. Hope to also to finish this one tomorrow. And the seabirds, seagulls. I could just, my eyes are telling you, I could just see the yellow beaks. I don't know why I thought penguins were yellow beaks, because penguins don't have yellow beaks, do they?
Hang on, I've got Google in front of me, that'll tell me. Of all the things I thought I would never type into Google.
What colour beaks do penguins
Yeah.
have? Okay. Cheryl is working on a project for her sister the last few days. She found this kit that she bought many years ago. Okay, we're going to have a look at that.
Most penguins do not have yellow beaks. They typically have black, orange, or reddish-brown beaks.
Oh, right, okay. I wonder if them seagulls would nick your fish and chips, though. They would round here. They'd be definite twocking. And that is a beautiful hidden, beautiful little harbour, little cove picture. And there's more seagulls on that, look. That is a lovely DMC kit by the look of things. I'm getting hungry now. You know, I said I weren't hungry earlier.
Yeah.
Getting hungry now. Liz has been busy trying to knock off ninjas from the Daydream Tiger's Whip since the end of last year. Almost done, but felt she needed a break last week. I tried a new start on 438 stitched, but decided 35 count wasn't working, so therefore she's pulled out from the depths of an old whip, The Ugly Birds by Chiro Marchetti, Heaven and Earth Designs, and a little yellow bird landed on it today. That is fabulous. You know, if at first you get, you know, you're getting annoyed with one whip, switch it for another. And here is the mock-up. That is super fun piece, that. I've seen somebody else is stitching this, I'm sure. But these little yellow birds are just fab. It's nice to have fun images in cross stitch, isn't it? Patsy monochrome heart, her gold stitched on 25 count, 1/1 full cross, and a milestone reach for our lovely Patsy. 75.13%, 3/4 of the way, 3/4 of the way. Woohoo! Nicely done, Patsy.
Slow down, Patsy, slow down.
And as you can see, the bottom, she's got a lot of thin area of stitches and then a thicker band down the side there. But yeah, it's looking fab. So go Patsy, go Patsy, go Patsy. Come on, Patsy lass, you can do it. Andy's laughing his head off here. Katinka has reached...
Any wonder?
Katinka's reached a milestone.
Oh, yeah?
5.82% or 14,611 stitches on Tranquility Max Colour Heaven and Earth Design. Can finally see the flowers and a red hairpin in her hair. And she's stitching this on some 25 count tent stitch. 2/1. Awesome. Hey, Maddie. So, yep. And our Gail is still busy working away on her Winter Angel. And doesn't she look stunning? So, yeah, Absolutely fantastic. Awesome stuff, everyone. I think that is everything from Sew and Tell. Let me go up and just check for new comments. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to lock this thread. So thank you guys, those of you that have shown me a project on Sew and Tell. Fantastic. Another real nice mix of projects. Finishes, progress, new starts, milestones. Oh, it's been epic. Absolutely epic. So thank you guys very much indeed. And don't wish to enable you all.
Yes, you do.
Many cat lovers in the group. And I'm just going to say this very quickly. Because Heaven and Earth Designs released Supersized Max Colour Library of Cats and also released 2 other pictures of it halfway. So you got 2 half pictures, which makes like the 2 halves of one image. So the better bite-sized pieces. Go look on the Heaven and Earth Designs website, and I'll share up now.
I hope people could follow that because I could barely.
Oh, do you know what? These ladies who are stitchers can absolutely follow it. The Supersized Max Colour Library of Cats has been released by Heaven and Earth Designs today, plus 2 other ones, Max Colour, half and half, a left half and a right half, which when joined together will make the whole picture, but it just makes it better, bite-sized, 2 bite-sized chunks rather than one overwhelming Supersized Max Colour. And breathe. Right,
Why
okay.
Are you saying this really quickly? I don't get it.
Because I am not enabling anyone. That's why I'm saying it really quickly, because if you say it quickly, it don't count. So I'm getting yes and uh-oh. Jane says, I followed that. Sue says, oh no. Patsy says she's a dog person. We do have a library of dogs too. Anyway.
You not enabling people, that's a load of absolute bunkum, missus.
I thank goodness I got worried it's too much for me. Well, maybe the 2 half-size ones wouldn't be too much for you. You know, half the size of a big supersized Max Colour. So it would be supersized Max Colour, but 50% of the overall piece. Oh no, I'm enabling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's what you do. You enable people.
I do.
I keep telling her not to, you know.
Liz will be destashing her 25 count at the next retreat that she attends. Not that she's enabling anyone.
You're always enabling all of you enable each other. This is the thing with stitching. It's never a.
Am I in commission? No. Michelle doesn't like me.
At this point, I am wondering if you are.
No, Michelle doesn't like me.
Why?
Because I refused to ban somebody from my Heaven and Earth Designs group because and Michelle had a disagreement.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I remember this. Yes. Yes, ignore me. I did know that.
And Sharon says, totally understood that, but not for her. Kelly has to head out and get back to school stuff. No worries, Kelly. Hope it's a good week for you. And see you Sunday, all being well. There were a number of new charts released today, actually, on Heaven and Earth Design, but I'm not going to say it too loudly because you'll accuse me of enabling for a start.
Right, I will.
I did get a new Tilton Crafts this week. If you've watched my Flues Tube, you will have seen it.
You just can't help yourself.
Hey, you told me that I could.
I didn't. Hey, look, I never said that you couldn't do it, right? It's not as if I said, no, Nikki, you're not buying that chart or that chart, whatever, right? I never said that.
You said,
right?
How much is it? I told you, and you said, why are you asking?
Yeah, exactly right. Which is the right answer, right? Back me up, people. That's the right thing to say, yes? But that doesn't change what I've just said. You can't help yourself. Temptation is a big thing for you, isn't it?
Okay, so can you remember 2 years ago, no new starts? I can
barely remember this morning.
Can you remember 2 years ago, no new starts? And you're like,
yeah,
you'll never do no new starts.
What?
And I did, and it cost you a Gecko Rouge kit.
Don't tell me you're doing it again.
I might do if you carry on. You want to challenge me not to go on a no buy or whatever for digital charts, and I won't buy them.
I have a feeling I may be in trouble here if I don't shut up, so I'm going to shut up.
Yeah. Does anyone know anything about Tilton Crafts charts? I've seen one I love, but wondering what the confetti levels are like. But not bought one before. It's not a huge one. I'm doing. I have 2 active Tilton Crafts ones at the moment. My Realm of Middle Earth map and my One to Rule Them All. They aren't bad with confetti, but then again, they don't have a lot of colours. So if anyone's doing a Tilton with a lot of colours, let Sue know what it's like. Patsy says totally the right answer.
Thank you.
And Viv says, I need to move the frame, so I'm going to call it a night. No worries, Viv. Thank you for joining, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I love Tilton Crafts chart, says Amy. The ones I've stitched haven't been confetti heavy. There you go. I certainly don't think anything can be as confetti heavy as a cell. It will cost him 2 this time. I hope your other half is prepared to pay out for new patterns. Oh, yes, because you know what? Whenever we have a bet, I win. Because if you open a dictionary and find the word stubborn, that's why you'll find a picture of me. I'm really stubborn. Aren't I, dear?
Unfortunately, yes.
Anyway, if you are enjoying this live stream, there are 38 of you watching and only 12 likes. So come on, people, bash that like button if you haven't done so already. All these interactions gets me up in the YouTube algorithm. You and Mum are 2 of a kind, says Dawn. Well, do you know what? I am actually planning to do 2 whip parades in the summer. I'm going to do 1 whip parade with everything that I'm doing, all of my pieces, and then I'm going to do a second whip parade, which will have my Lord of the Rings pieces and Lord of the Rings charts that I have to start. So, because I am, next level obsessed with Lord of the Rings.
Don't we know it?
Not that you could tell by, the amount of Lord of the Rings charts that I have. There you go. So, yeah, I think I shall do that in the summer. Sue has just got a 7th row finish on Estelle. Awesome stuff, Sue.
Awesome sauce.
What the flip am I doing here?
What the flip are you doing there?
I'm not quite sure. Oh, yes, please, a separate Lord of the Rings charts. Yeah. Because I have quite the collection now. Excuse me. I also have somewhere in my messages, it'll be deep down in my messages. I'm on a Lord of the Rings group, and somebody actually put up a rendering that they had done of the Mines of Moria, and he gave me permission to chart it. So this was obviously a number of years ago, so I'd have to dig through my messages to find it, but wouldn't that be quite something?
Non-Lord of the Rings fan over here. What is the Mines of Moria?
The Mines of Moria, it's the realm of the Dwarf Lords. And it is where Gandalf meets the Balrog. You shall not pass.
You shall not pass.
Hey, Ebony.
See, I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but I know that line.
And one does not simply.
One does not simply walk into Mordor. Sean Bean, what a legend.
How are you doing, Ebony? Not seen you around for a bit. I know you've been busy. Okay. Let's just get the next one. No, not that one. We'll have that one. 61. And what you're working on, Ebony? Let us know. Enablers. Not that we take much, eh?
Well, you don't.
Hey.
I'll brush you up.
Listen, collecting charts is a secondary hobby. It's a hobby all of its own.
I never suggested it wasn't. I'm just saying.
I'm okay, not long finished work. I've just been watching the Show and Tell. I often watch on the replay. Sitting on water nymphs, just blue sky still. Oh, yeah, your evening project. Your after work project. And everybody okay? Family all right? So just blue sky, yeah. Yeah, we're all good. Boys are downstairs watching football. So tucked up with stitching and chocolate. Nice. Nice.
What football?
No idea. Have a look. So yeah, post bank holiday week. It's cold. I can't wait to end at month because I'm off. Waiting for my friend to come back from Russia, says Sue. Her mum's a cross stitcher and asked her to get me some 22 and 25 count fabric. Apparently great quality and a good price. Fabulous. Ebony says, I think they're watching PSG. I dared to go and ask.
Oh, PSG and Bayern Munich. Yeah, I've got it. PSG and Bayern Munich in the Champions League semi-final.
Oh, right, okay. Andy knows where it is now. If she does, new chart, here I come. Treat yourself,
I
Sue.
forgot the Champions League is this week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I think there was a question about that in the wonky minute. Or it might have been that, but it might have been the World Cup.
Right. You didn't give me that today.
Well, no, because I've not had a chance. I didn't finish work until nearly 5:30. I'm hoping I'm going to get that time back tomorrow.
Well, if you remember after your stream, give me it then. Unless actually, here's a random thought. How about you do it now so that these people can join in?
Because I can't remember where to find it. Charlotte has to go. See you all next Wednesday, Sundays and half 4. Call the midwife for the next 5 weeks. No worries at all, Charlotte. And you enjoy. It's not something that I've ever watched or been into, but if it's the kind of thing that you like, you enjoy. We'll see you next Wednesday, all being well. Yes, we could start to do that if you want. There's a thing called the Wonky Minute. It's a radio quiz that people phone in to do, but they publish it on Facebook. So perhaps we could do a bit of a quiz. Because when we did the Never Have I Ever thing a few weeks back, that was really popular. Or the how many points, what's your fine kind of thing. So maybe we can have a look at doing a Wonky Minute. And I know that we talked about doing a weekend challenge in the Facebook group this weekend. I didn't do it this weekend because of Stitch Mania. I didn't want to confuse, weekend challenge and Mania. So I figured I'd leave it until this weekend. And then we'll get a weekend challenge kicked off. We'll do one on Friday night. What's the weekend challenge? So I'm thinking about doing a weekend challenge in the group. We what did we say? Stitch on, a particular type of chart for the weekend. Like 24 hours of cross stitch. How many hours can you get in? How many stitches can you get in? What would you like to get completed? What's your aim? Like, for me, for example, it would be spend Saturday on my spare stitch Saturday piece, spend Sunday on the B, get at least 2% on the B, that kind of thing. So yeah, just like a mini monthly sal, just like a weekend sal, just to say, okay, we're stitching, it's the weekend, what are we stitching on? And of course that enabling comes out as well. Sorry. Hubby's birthday tomorrow, so cake time. Nice. Oh, yes, please. Helps the motivation. Yep. Might be MIA for a while. If Nikki goes into labour, says Patsy, but I'll post an update on group and keep you all posted. Yes, do. Do, please. Always love to hear of babies safely born. Yeah. And if she holds on till 12th, Victoria will expect her name to be used as the child's middle name, boy or girl.
What's Victoria?
It's the same day, 12th, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, good point, yeah.
So she goes overdue and the baby's born on the 12th and it happens to be a girl. Mind you, either way, Victoria would expect her name to be in it.
How are you going to get Victoria in a boy's name?
Victor?
Okay, yeah, maybe.
But no imagination, Leo will have.
Who's got no imagination?
Me? You?
Me? Get stuffed. I've got no imagination. Who came up with this?
I'm going to get told off now. Come up with what?
TBI. It's all out my head.
Oh, all right then. I'm getting told off. Because the baby when possible. It's a girl she's having. Awesome. Just Nicola is spelled Nicola. Oh, dear. Pick as a baby when possible. Enjoyed your flash tube, says Maria. Thank you, Maria. Gave a boy's name amongst the ones I was given. My christening. Oh. Well, my name in Italian is a boy's name.
Yep. It's not just in Italian either. It's most of Eastern Europe has got some form of Nicola for blokes. Out of that one, Nikolai usually.
Yeah. Do you know, I was doing a quiz with Andy and I successfully worked out the patron saint for Portugal. What was it? St. George.
Yeah.
Because João, which is a Portuguese for George, I believe, is a Portuguese name. And it's very popular in Portugal. And of course, everybody wants their child named after a saint, don't they? Or, especially in countries where religion is very important.
That's all of them then.
Well, there are some countries where it's more important than others. Like in Spain, is very religious, isn't it? Portugal's fairly religious.
You've got Italy, who's the king of it.
Yep. So, you know, we managed to successfully work that one out, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, you did. I didn't.
Absolutely no chance it's going to be Nicola. So far, Hannah is the favourite, but that could change.
Oh my God! Please don't name it after Hannah. My God.
Wouldn't be after Hannah, would it?
Our Hannah.
No.
Christ. I don't want to be saddled with that.
Hey, cheeky.
I'm joking. I'm not being serious.
So Hannah's middle name is Frances.
The female spelling of Frances, obviously.
Yeah, female spelling of Francis, because my ex-husband's granddad was called Francis. So we named Hannah's middle name as the female version of his granddad's name. Now, Victoria was Victoria Clare, and Lauren is Lauren Louise. Now, I often get asked, why did you not name one of the girls after my ex-husband's grandmother? Her name was Eugenie. And whilst that's a very nice name, I didn't want it for my child. So we got a Victoria Clare and a Lauren Louise. And Victoria, my ex-husband, named all the way through my pregnancy. She was going to be called Alice. All the way through. Alice Elizabeth, that was going to be her name. And then when she was born, midwife said to my ex-husband, what are you going to call this baby? And he said, Victoria Clare. And I just, where the hell did that come from? He went, I don't know, but it just suits her. I went, okay, well, fine, we'll go with that. But I'm naming the next one. So Lauren became Lauren Louise because I am Nicola Louise and she's got my middle name. Nikki has loved the name Hannah since she started planning for kids. We chose Hannah. In fact, we chose all of our girls' names to be fairly traditional names, but for the simple reason, I never wanted my girls to grow up with a name where in a job or as parents or grandparents or whatever, they would be embarrassed to have. Now, I'm not deriding anybody's choice of how to name their children, but knowing what kind of a cruel world that we live in, they were given names that were more traditional. Because let's face it, I mean, Hannah's had a tough enough time with her autism. And, and it's hard growing up in this day and age anyway. The last thing you'd want is, bullying because of what your parents chose to name you. So all of the girls' names were very considered choices. And the other thing that we were also mindful of, what do their initials spell? We were very cautious of that and very wary. What did the initials spell?
Well, you can't go very wrong with B as the last initial, can you? Because that's what they all are.
So yeah, we were very cautious about that too. And I think the girls have been all right with who they are. My nan was supposed to be Margaret Rose. My great granddad was, when he meant to register her, the only names he could remember was his two sisters. So she became Violet Agnes and she hates it. I have a long family history about how I got my first name due to dispute at the font over what I was to be called. After back and forth, Gran named me and nobody could stop the priest. Well, for me, my mother, and back when I was born, men weren't allowed at all in maternity wards. My mother and my auntie were talking about me, my auntie being my mum's younger sister. And my auntie said to my mum, what are you going to name her? My mum says, I'm going to call her Nicola. And my auntie Susan said, well, I think you should call her Louise. That's a very pretty name. And they ended up compromising and calling me Nicola Louise. Andrea, my grandma wanted me to be named Martha after her, but my mum was very adamant that wasn't going to happen. Andrea is just a name my parents like, so that's why they named me Andrea. Cheryl says, my grandmother on my dad's side was Helen Louise. We finally found out who my mum's mum was about 10 years ago, and her name was also Helen Louise. Wow. My son has a Turkish name, as I knew he was going to grow up here, and an English name would make him feel different. His name is Sanat, which means art in English. Oh, cool. I was named after my mum's two sisters, Patricia Rose, says Patsy. Fabulous. Now, my mother, Hannah's birthday is just before Christmas. And my mother said, oh, you should call her Holly. You should call her Holly. She's just before Christmas. Call her Holly. And I said, nope. And she says, why not? I said, because of her surname, Mother. She would have it absolutely ripped out of her because the surname is Berry. Had I been given a first name beginning with P, my initials would have spelt P-E-S-T. Brilliant, Liz.
Pest.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Oh, my goodness. That's hilarious.
Ah, dear. Ah, dear.
Bad enough being diagnosed and a stomach upset. Oh, bless you. Oh, dear. I love these live streams. We find all sorts of stuff to talk about. You were named after a certain ex-prince of the realm, weren't you, dear?
I'm afraid I was. I'm afraid, people, I am named after Prince Andrew.
I think there are better Andrews around.
Yes, there's one sat here. And I say that completely without blowing my own trumpet.
Yeah, but you can't be named after yourself, can you? Right. Okay. 1984, when you were born, was a really, really good year for 80s music. One of the most popular bands was Wham.
Yeah.
So we're going to say that you were named after Andrew Ridgeley, who was one of the members of Wham.
Okay.
There you go. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
And 1984 was an excellent year for music, and I will die on that hill.
We've started something now because this lot are all gonna they're all gonna jump in on that.
It is my favourite year for the 80s, 1984. I was 9 years old.
Of course.
That was a great year, says Dawn. She was born in 84. Fabulous. Yeah. So was Andy. When were you born? When's your birthday, Dawn? And if you say the 14th of March, I will literally die.
Yes, because that's me.
Because it's the same as Andy. I don't think you behave like him, Andy, says Sharon. Oh, your Christmas Day. Right, okie dokie. So. Not to be horrid, but Andy Pandy. No, we're not naming him after Andy Pandy. He doesn't wear striped pajamas. Now, we'll name him after Andrew Ridgeley. Makes me feel old, says Sharon. I left school in 84. Hey, I worked long after you. 91 I left. Hope you didn't get called that. No. Did you ever get called Andy Pandy?
No.
Good. And with only music from 84, but the 80s in general was good. However, 1960s was also very good. Yes, I like the late 60s, early 70s, the Motown era as well. Even though it was before I was born, it was the music I grew up with. So yeah, we'll call you Andy after Andrew Ridgeley, okay?
That's fine. I can live with that.
And he married one of the people from...
From what?
No, he didn't. No, that's the wrong one.
Why do I get the feeling you're going to be consulting Google in a minute?
I might have to be consulting Google. Beatles, met them. I left school in 82, says Patsy. I left school in 91. And the year following me, after I left school, were the biggest troublemakers ever. There was a man that lived over the road from us when I was a kid. We called him Andy Pandy for the whole time we lived there. I bumped into him years later and he told me his name wasn't even Andy. Oh no. Oh my goodness.
What was it?
What was it, Ebony? I think it was something like Richard or something like that.
It's even worse 'cause you get called Dick.
Cheryl, got to see Wham in Philadelphia back then, and a couple of years later at Earl's Court when visiting my sister in the Air Force that year. Yeah, apparently they were quite good live. Sad loss that we no longer have George Michael. He was called Paul. All right. Yep, shame we haven't got his bank account. Yes, indeed. I keep trying to win the lottery. I go into the shop and I go, hello, love.
Hello, love.
And I say, I want my lottery tickets.
And they give you them with a smile on their face.
And I still don't bloody win.
He wasn't in there today, was he?
No, Andy calls him, well, I say Andy calls him my boyfriend. I refer to him now as my boyfriend.
We need to find out his name.
Yeah, we do.
Really, we need to know what he, It's all right referring to him as hello, love, but we need to know what his name is.
Yeah, we do. He said he never knew where the name came from, but he just accepted it. I was commuting from Sussex to work in London in 84. Wow. I bet the city was it the city that you worked in, Liz, or in somewhere in Greater London?
Accept my advice, stay in Sussex.
Because the city would have been hugely different back in the early 80s. That West Tower 42 was still the tallest skyscraper then.
And of course, now it's the Shard,
It's
right?
bloody dwarfed.
It's the Shard now, right? Isn't it?
No, yes, Shard.
Or is it Canary Wharf?
Shard, I think. Shell Centre in Waterloo. Shell Centre. Was that on the embankment?
Is that the wrong way around?
Speaking of Waterloo, tenuous link incoming. They're digging up the road again, up the road.
I like what you did there.
The leak
The leak is back.
is back. So it was, 3 times last year and already once or twice this year. It's back. Guess what's back? Back again.
The leak's back. Tell a friend.
Yeah, South Bank near the old City Hall. Yeah, thought it was. So we have got one of the main routes into our area of, I suppose, the village.
Not a village. Go on.
Blocked off. Road closed for a week.
Until they finally sort this bloody leak out.
Well,
which I hope they do this time.
well, they said that they'd done it last time.
I'm not holding my breath, I know that much.
I said to Andy after last time it was fixed, I bet you it'll be back again. And they're going to end up moving more and more towards Roundwood. And that's what's happened. The leaks move further down towards Roundwood. They're going to end up digging up the whole road and replacing the pipe to the next junction, I think.
Which is what they should have done in the
First place.
But no.
Yorkshire Water have the cheek the temerity to issue us with a hosepipe ban, and yet up the road letting millions of gallons of water go to waste.
Standard.
There's been that many leaks up there going on for that long. I keep saying, well, I've said to my stepdad at the weekend, this area was a big mining area, so there's lots of mine shafts. And if they're not careful, we're going to end up with sinkholes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, yep, another flipping leak. Grace, hi Grace. Just a question. What do you all think of 16 count Ada 4/1 tent? Might be a bit bulky, that, Grace, especially if you get lots of confetti in an area. 16 count, I think 3 would cover it. I'd use 3 on 14 count, because we use 3 on 11 count for full cross. But yeah, I think you might have a bit of a problem with the thickness of that. So perhaps do a test patch and see how it looks. See if you're happy with the coverage. Try with 3 strands and try with 4 and see which one you're better off with. I do think though that 4 might just give a bit more bulk than what ideally you'd want. Hello, my lovely Lynn.
Oh, Lynn's in.
She's in.
Oh, blind.
She's been trying to grow a giraffe.
Grow a giraffe?
Yep, she's now a quarter of the way through. Woohoo! Bell, please, for our Lynn.
Okay.
Awesome stuff.
Lynn. Mickey's kindred spirit, I think.
No worries at all, Grace. If anyone else has anything to add that could help Grace, maybe? Hey, Sophia. Oh, getting lots of lovely stitches done today. I'm at 1200 now, so nothing to add, just agree. Oh, thank you, Patsy. Yeah, so try test patch, try it with 3 strands, try it with 4, see how it looks. In fact, even try it with 2 strands, the darkest colour in your piece on your fabric. Because you may even find that 2 strands is enough, Grace. And don't forget that whenever you wash a piece, it does shrink ever so slightly. And then the threads fluff up. I've stitched 16 count with 2 strands, looked okay. There you go. So yeah, I think you're going to be doing some test stitching, Grace, and see what works for you. I did some 14 count Ada for my model stitch. 11 count Ada, the last model stitch I did, and that was 3 strands full cross. And I found that hard going after a while, 3 strands full cross.
You're not used to working on a count that small as well.
No, do you mean that big? 11 count's huge.
You know what I mean? Small as in numbers.
Yeah.
Because, the higher the number, the smaller the count.
Yes, I'm very pleased with my bees progress. I hit 52% tonight. Woo!
That's rare. You get a bell.
I know.
You only usually get a bell
When I
when you've got to
finish.
finish.
And by the way, I will be finishing the bee on a live stream as well. So, as usual. So
when
you can
are you going to be done with it?
when it's done, so that everybody can share in the finish with me. Thank you, Jane.
Come on, there we go. There's only one on that one. So, what do you think?
I'll show you guys as well before I log off this stream what it looks like in its entirety, because I'm going to be moving the hoop probably tomorrow, because I feel like I'm leaning over to the left hand side. Just park that one. Okay, 57. Which one are you? Can't believe how quick you are. It's hypnotising to watch. Ah, thank you, Sue.
You
Just-
are, pretty speedy.
Just practice more than anything, isn't it? Thank you. To be honest, I've just been lazy at stitching for coverage and thinking of a faster way stitching. I prefer full cross, but as I say, I'm being lazy and should enjoy the process. Yeah, you should. I agree. But, part of stitching is you make your own rules. If you're using Ada and you're doing tent stitch, I would highly recommend using some gridded Ada, because I'm keeping my night cafe in the 10 by 10 blocks, because I know with tent stitch, if I go outside of those 10 by 10 blocks, I'm going to lose my way. It's not so bad with full cross because I can see where the stitches 4 corners are, but I can't visualize with tent stitch the 4 corners. I can only see the 2, and I very often will lose my way.
Is it a classic example of how stitching can make counting to 10 become very difficult?
Yes. This is when it's counting to 10 and the stitcher counting, everybody should hush. I absolutely can't count tent stitch. I just can't. For me, it's much easier to do full cross. But you do you. The only rules in cross stitch are the ones you make for yourself. And if you want to try a project in tent stitch, do it. To be honest, I don't find that my Night Orange London is particularly any quicker than full cross. But maybe that's because I'm doing it in the strict 10 by 10 blocks. All over the shop.
You're managing
it. Definitely gridded for tent. Yes. Impossible otherwise. Yep. Counting fails would happen.
Like I said, you're managing it.
Amy says, I stitch slower doing tent. I thought gridded was a cheating way, but now having used it, I don't ever go back to ungridded. Yes. There you go. I tried and failed, says Liz. Yeah. some people can do tent stitch really, really well and count tent stitch really, really well. I think it just depends on how you see the stitches.
Well, you can do it really, really well. The only reason you're saying you can't do it is because you're saying you can't count it.
I can't cross country like I am on this, you know, like there's no straight edges. I couldn't do this in tent stitch. It would have to be those 10 by 10 squares. I've only done 40 stitches in tent stitch. I'm not liking it, so I'm going to be good and go back and stitch full cross and stop being lazy, says Grace. I mean, I chose to do tent stitch from my night cafe simply because it's a big piece, and I did think it might make it go a bit quicker, but really it's not. But I've no plans to convert it to full cross. It'll stay tent stitch because it gives me a change in the stitching process more than anything.
Does it feel like you are cheating a little bit though by basically doing just tent and not full?
No. It stops the piece being so overwhelming. I do tent on a lot of my projects and love it. Yeah, if you can count 10, fabulous. I just can't. I've never been able to. It's just one of them weird things. My brain can't focus on it. But Monochrome Sue says full cross. The only piece I'm stitching tent is It Can't Rain All the Time. Right now it's just 310. All the other colours I plan to switch to full crosses. Yeah, that's the other thing that I do see people doing. Background in tent stitch. And the main image in full cross. Absolutely. Way. That's me being silly moaning about 59,000 stitches and you're doing nearly 1 million. Well, it's going to be a long-term project for my night cafe. It really is. If I stitch on it every day, I could finish it in 2028. I'd have to do 1,000-ish stitches a day to do that.
Can't see you doing that.
No, I like my other projects too much.
That's not...
Sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. I was looking for one.
No, you're okay. Go on.
I forgot what it was now.
I'm a legend, oh bless you. But yeah, I mean, that's why I put the spare stitch Saturday in. That's an extra 13,000 stitches a year it'll get, which is, you know, a fair chunk of change, really, because each 1% on that is 10,000 stitches. So just by doing 1,000 stitches on 13 Saturdays, I'm going to add on more than 1%.
You will.
Right, I am going to mark these stitches off, zoom out and show you what this looks like. If I can take this flipping thread off my needle.
One would imagine it looks like stitching.
It looks like a bee.
Does it look like a bee?
It does look like a bee.
Yeah, I would have never guessed.
I am at 1,243 stitches and I was at 950, so just shy of 300 stitches on this stream, which isn't bad, including a sew and tell, is it?
Oh, what is that not?
Oh, come on. You know, let's move it up a bit. Right, so this portion has all been done this week. So the rest of this side, all the way up here, these blobs, and done these honeycombs. This section here, you'll see on a Stitch With Me, which is out tomorrow. And then obviously I've been going around the bee. The head of the bee is now in, and I've filled in a little bit more on these wings. So, and you can just about see, it does come, I haven't found the bottom yet, but I will. I will. Right, so before you go, please do leave me a thumbs up. So yeah, leave me a thumbs up, and Sunday we'll do this all again. We'll see what we're working on Sunday. And yeah, have a great rest of your stitchy week, guys. Thank you all very much indeed for coming in and joining me and watching this to progress. Hey, Andrew's just got to 97%. And the stream on a high, yeah, on a bell. So yeah, take care, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and see you Sunday, all being well. But if not, I will see you next Wednesday. Bye bye for now.